Just a warning before you start this design, do not use Depth Strider with this. If you have Depth Strider boots, just take them off. You should be fine with only 3 pieces of armor. But if you use Depth Strider, you will go too fast with Dolphin's Grace, and then you won't get the glowing effect from the Spectral Arrow. You do not want to do that for obvious reasons. We found this out in testing, but I forgot to mention it in the original video, so I'm adding this warning so no one else has to face what Cube did in his recent run that would have been world record. I just don't want anyone else to have to go through that. Also, we have updated the map to fix some bugs and add in how did we get here. So that should be good. I think Mathbook is going to make a video on it. I will link it in the description whenever he does. Alright, today I'm going to make a tutorial of my how did we get here map. This is a new, simpler design for how did we get here based off of Mathbook's end how did we get here design. I saw that video, I thought it was really cool, and I decided to try and make it in the overworld, and it works really well, and it's pretty consistent. Honestly, with how much less you have to do, you save a lot of time, and you're probably going to forget less than the normal how do we get here designs. The more complexity a structure has, the more likely you are to be forgetting something or mess something up. So I think this is much more friendly to the player, and I hope you enjoy. So first, we got 3 options here. This is practice how did we get here attempts, and this one is just practicing doing how did we get here. So the machine is already built, everything's set up, you have all the effects you need. All you have to do is use your potions and eat your food, and if you do it in the right order, you can get how did we get here. So we go over here, you press this button to get your supplies, throw your potions on yourself, or maybe you want to just not make splash and you can drink them, that's okay. But in this map, this section is splash just for speed. So we want to get over here, getting this set up, wait for the shulker to hit us. Once it hits us, sprint down this corner, eat the pufferfish, go over here, get the stew out, and then eat that, and then you got how did we get here. Now, whenever you're done, you get this item that you can drop to reset, and then everything resets, and you can press this button again to get more supplies. After that, we have 2 things, customizing inventory and practice creating and getting how did we get here. This one is a bit different because you can go over to here and then select which kit you want to use. This is a kit that's splash potionless, so it doesn't give you gunpowder to make splash potions. This one does. And then this one is minimalist. You have to brew your potions in a specific way in order to get all the potions. And I think it's pretty good just because it saves on inventory space, but in terms of like risk assessment, like this one's pretty risky. If you fail, you don't have any backup potions. But if you want to try that out, you can, and you can edit the contents of these chests, and then you just press the button under which one you wish to select. So maybe I'll go with minimalist. And then there's just another one you can move over here. This one's has like all the materials uncrafted, so you need to craft that yourself. It may be good for practice, maybe not. Just do whatever. If you don't want these spawn eggs to be in there, you want to find a dolphin naturally with like render distance too, you can go ahead and do that. Now we are going to be doing the creation part. The kit I chose was the minimalistic kit. So what we want to do is place our shulker down first, because we will be bringing it to the overworld, and so once we get it there, it should be on land, and we should be able to just put it in a boat so it doesn't shoot out everywhere. Then we want to start making our potions. Normally you would have more bottles than this, but I'm kind of lazy right now, so I'm just going to do the minimalistic setup, so you do not have to fiddle around with as much inventory problems. And I'll probably cut back in whenever our potions are done. So now that we have most of our potions done, I think the rest of them will be done brewing here in a second. So we have these. We can then put this up there and that, and then we'll have those ready for whenever we come back for the shulker. We want to get our items out to build this thing. So let's get these in my hotbar. Let's go down here. I'm going to start off by building this, just so I don't run out of water, or oxygen, I guess I should say. And then we can build on top of this. Now, we do want to have our beacon mostly submerged, but it doesn't matter that much, our height level of this. So right now, the beacon goes up 4 blocks, so we have the tip of it out of water. That's okay. I'll show you the instructions for how to make the machine after the beacon is fully built. It is really quite simple. You only need a couple of blocks. You really only need less than a stack of like building blocks. It is important to note that you'll need a block that the wither rose can be placed on, but netherrack can be used for this, as wither roses can be placed on that. You don't need like dirt or anything. Yeah, you don't really have to worry about getting so many items, you know, using a little redstone clock or anything crazy like that. Alright. Gotta have a misplace at least once while we're building this. So now, this is actually a little farther up than I would have liked, but it's okay. Just roll with it. So what we want to do here though for our design is we want to make sure we start on the 3rd block down in water. So this is the 1st block, this is the 2nd block, this is the 3rd block. It may be different if the beacon's positioned differently, but this is like 1 block down in water, 2 blocks, and then 3 blocks. So on that 3rd block, we place 3 blocks, and then we place 3 more blocks. On the other side, we place 2 blocks, and then we place 2 blocks here too. Then what we want to do is create a roof starting over here and looping over here. We place blocks right here, and then that will be our position where we stand. So where we stand, so we can be, so we won't be like knocked out or anything while we're doing this. So then what we want to do, place the dispenser, place the pressure plate, redstone dust, wither rose. And that is the setup pretty much done. The only other thing to do is to obviously put the arrows in there. That would be bad if you didn't. And to place the fence down. Now, you do want to place the fence down in this position. You may be able to put it in other positions, but usually this position is good, so the dolphin isn't jumping out of the water like every 2 seconds. And that's another reason why having a submerged beacon is better, just because it has less space to land on and take any fall damage. You really don't want that to happen, especially since part of this design has a shulker that is out, so that could be a hassle. Anyways, now that we have it built, we can take our shulker from land or far away in the water, and then we come over here. We want to break the boat, and then once we have that, we want to replace the boat. Alternatively, you can just have 2 boats if you want, and we can get him back in the boat. It is a bit annoying here if this happens, but it's not that big of a deal. Then we just want to boat it over here, and so it's like that, and will not shoot out any more bullets because the underside of it is covered completely. You want to make sure it's in the middle there. You also want to make sure you stay in the water for the most part, because levitation does not affect you while you're in water. So now what we want to do is I'm going to put my elytra on. I got my rockets. I'm going to go over here and get mining fatigue. We might want to take some drowning damage here just because we're on full hunger. We want to get rid of our saturation. Alright, now we have that. Let's get a dolphin out. Oh look, a dolphin's just right here. Hehe. Alright, that should be enough. If not, that's probably a little too much health lost. Yeah. But it's okay. We will be eating a golden apple shortly, so it won't be that big of a deal. I want to make sure we're low on hunger. That's annoying. Preferably, you should do this beforehand, but... Alright, now we do that. Let's drink all of our potions. I know we have some still in here. And remember, if your hotbar is not full of potions, you're forgetting something. So then we drink our potions. At minimum, they last a minute 30 seconds. If you want to drink those last, just to make sure you have plenty of time for those, but you really shouldn't need that much time. And now what you want to do is don't do like last time and forget to put the gold ingot in the beacon. That is a run killer. Please activate your beacons. I apparently do not do that sometimes. Anyways, so now that we're ready, we've got our potion effects, we've got our hunger down. I'm going to eat this golden apple, and then I'm going to go over here and break the boat. Use a tool for that just because we have weakness. It won't break normally otherwise. You want to bob up a little bit. You don't even really have to, but it may be faster if you're peeking out of the water a bit. Get it? Pufferfish. Go over here. Get hit. Suspicious stew. How did we get here? And then, now that we're done, we can drop that to reset, and everything should clear out. Most everything. So, that's the world. The download should be in the description of this video. Huge props to, again, Mathbook for the original and How Did We Get Here design, because this is hugely based off of that, and I would have had no idea or any intuition to make this if it wasn't for him. Very huge. You can come here and click on our YouTube links if you want to. I would really appreciate that, and I'm sure Mathbook would too. He has some pretty cool content on his channel. It's usually just short clips about certain speedrunning strategies, usually like AA or How Did We Get Here or whatever. But that's the end of that. I'll see you around. Bye.